welcome back to the Celtic Forever post-match podcast, where we're going to go through Celtic 3, Kilmarnock 1, goals from Hatate in the 21st minute, Palma in the 33rd minute, and Taylor in the 82nd minute. Gave Celtic a comfortable win at Paradise today. I've got John with me today. How are you tonight, John?
All good, Xander. How's yourself?
Aye, I'm okay. Enjoyed that. Celtic were quite classy today. I thought as their passing movement was outstanding. Their vision. Every player on that park played well today. Aye, I'm quite happy with the performance today. What about yourself, John?
Aye, it was crispy. That's it. I can't think of another word for the way they played. It was slick. Players' movement off the ball was really good today. I thought the whole team, like you says, performed perfect. Really, kind of perfect performance apart from the Kilmarnock goal, of course. But other than that, aye, I think the whole team performed well.
Do you think all the water on the park helped that today?
Nice and slick. That's it. That's why we like it. There wasn't too much of players sliding about like I thought there might be. So, I thought the pitch was good today.
Yeah, we mentioned the weather. We mentioned the weather, sorry, John, on last night's podcast. And I asked you the question about the weather affecting the crowd, and clearly it did. How many did you think was at the game today, roughly?
I'd probably say maybe 45,000 at the game today. Something like that. It's hard to tell though, isn't it, really? It's such a big stadium. But I'd say maybe between 45 and 48,000, something like that.
Aye, that's what I thought as well. I've not got the official attendance here just now. If I find it, I'll put it on at the end of the podcast. But I thought about 45,000 as well. But that's a brilliant turnout for the conditions today. That was torrential weather today.
Aye, it was really good turnout. But it's always good to see Celtic Park full though, isn't it? It's not going to happen a day like that. Like, a lot of people don't like venturing out the doors on that kind of weather, as soon as they step out in the seats like that, it's just back in again. I'm like that a bit. But I know, considering the weather, it was a good turnout, I thought.
It was one of the days, we'll go to the game in a wee second, but it was one of the days that just didn't get light. It seemed to be dark all day. It's weird. But we're going to the game, right? And I was watching the game, obviously, and the first thing I noticed was Derek McInnes. That guy just always looked angry. The camera panned into his face, and the game hadn't even kicked off yet, and the man just looked angry.
Aye. I don't like that wee guy. My feelings on him. I've just no time for him at all. He just always looks... I don't know if it's just when he plays Celtic, or maybe that's just his permanent face. He just looks annoyed all the time, but maybe that's why Celtic fans do. I mean, I don't know any Celtic fans that say, aye, McInnes is quite a nice guy, we like him. He's just a horrible wee annoying guy, I've no time for him at all.
Aye. Anyway, so the game kicks off. A couple of minutes gone. We've got Lyons who roars into a tackle on Taylor. Did you see that?
Well, obviously I've seen the whole game. I don't know what you're laughing at there, by the way. You better share
it. Lyons roars into a tackle.
Oh, right. I missed that one. Lyons roars. Very good.
5 minutes into the game, we've got Kyogo. Scores a nice wee through ball, another wee through ball. Scores, puts into the net. 5 minutes gone. But it's 5 for offside. That one's clearly offside, isn't it, John?
Aye, it was offside. No complaints here.
Yeah. So offside. Nice wee goal as well, but it doesn't count. He's about a yard offside. And then in the 6th minute, about a minute later, we have Hatate with a shot outside the box, into the keeper's hands. Then we've got another shot on the 8th minute, a corner. Scales gets a head to it. That's into the keeper's hands as well. Half decent chance, but the goalkeeper held on to it. Then the 11th minute, we've got another shot from Kyogo. That goes wide. So that was 3 chances in the first 10 minutes. and a goal that was disallowed. So we started off quite well, didn't we?
Started off really well, and I think we finished pretty well and all, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't think there was a moment in the game where it just went flat or anything, because Celtic did try and attack. I think before Kilmarnock scored, it maybe went a wee bit flat. And then after they scored, it picked up again. So it was good that they scored because it picked up the game again, I thought.
I agree. 18th minute, Armstrong has a shot wide, and Celtic break up the park straight after that shot. When Greg Taylor has an effort over the bar. So that was the only chance really Kilmarnock had in the first half. Then we get to the 21st minute and Hatate's goal, a piece of magic, an absolute piece of delightful magic. The wee drag back, then the nutmeg, and then the shot and goal right into the pokey. What a beautiful goal that was, John.
Aye, what a beautiful player Hatate is. I don't mean it that way, but he's just
No, is that way or not?
Aye. It was outstanding, wasn't it? Like you say, there was a wee drag back, then it was through the legs, I think. And then he finishes beautifully. What a stunning finish. A beautiful individual goal, because he had to get around a couple of players as well.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously dragged it back, put it through the boy's legs, then he gets pushed out to the right, gets round a couple of players, makes a couple of feet for his set to shoot, stunning finish, goal of the match for me, outstanding.
Goal of the season for me.
Aye, well, it was a beauty, absolute beauty. But that's Hatate for you. You know, we all know what he's capable of doing, and we've been advocates of him for the start of the season. Where is he? Why is Turnbull playing and no Hatate after he's? I know he was injured at the start of the season, but Turnbull was still in front of him. Can you see Turnbull getting back into the team now? Did we see Hatate playing like that today?
As long as Hatate stays injury free, no, he'll come on as. In fact, he's not even coming on as a sub anymore, is he?
No, I've not seen Turnbull for a couple of games.
He's on the bench, but he's not coming on, but he's on the bench, aye.
Hatate was out. That goal today was outstanding. That was a thing of beauty, absolute beauty, world class, if you ask me.
Yeah, absolutely outstanding. I couldn't believe what I saw there, and he was outstanding through the full game as well. It wasn't just his goal. It was. He was dynamite today. Dynamite.
He was accused of diving for the penalty. Also, the penalty wasn't given. You think that was the correct decision? I suppose we'll get to that. I'll let you talk.
We'll get to that. But for me, it was a free kick outside the box. But anyway, we'll get to that. So after the goal, team's playing brilliant, slick passing all over the park, defence, midfield, and up front. Team's playing brilliant. With a Palma shot in the 20th minute, good wee effort. Goalkeeper manages to hold on to it. Then we have another Greg Taylor shot who I also thought played really well today. Shot over the bar in the 30th minute. And then we get to Palmer's goal. 33 minutes gone. 25 yards out. Lovely wee finish. Beautiful wee finish, actually. Lovely finish. That boy's got ability. And VAR decided to have a look at it. And they're looking at it for offside. And looking at it, John, I think there's a wee case that it could have been offside there. What do you think?
Well, there was only one angle shown. And for that angle, it was offside. So I think Kilmarnock can maybe find ourselves a bit hard done by with that one. I don't really care right enough, but to me, it was a foot offside.
Right, I'd agree, right? But the one angle it did show you, it didn't show you the Kilmarnock player's leg, which I think his foot could have been playing him onside.
Aye, that's the thing I was thinking about. Unless his foot's playing him onside, it's an offside goal. But like you said, I thought the same thing. I thought if this angle wasn't showing you his foot, maybe that's what VAR's picked up. Maybe the Kilmarnock defender's foot has played Palma onside, so we can only go with that. But if it wasn't, Kilmarnock can feel hard done by with that. I'm sure McInnes is still punching holes in the walls after
it. No, but the goal stands and we go 2-0 up. Everybody's relieved. Everybody's happy. The game's more or less won after 33 minutes. But we still played a lovely football even after that. The passing, just it was a pleasure to watch, honestly. Then we get to the 50th minute. We have a shot from Matt O'Reilly, and again a nice easy save for the goalkeeper. But a half decent shot, and it's saved by the goalkeeper. So the goalkeeper's doing okay in this game because if it wasn't for him, we could be 4 or 5-0 up by this point. Obviously we're into the second half now, and we get to the penalty that was awarded, that was initially awarded by the referee, and VAR chopped it off. No penalty given. So I said to you a couple of minutes ago, John, I thought that was a free kick outside the box and it carried on into the box. What did you think?
I don't think it was a penalty, if I'm being honest. I don't think there was any case for a penalty there. Don't know if Hatate slipped or kicked the grass or whatever, but being honest with you, Xander, I don't think that was a penalty.
Aye, well, I definitely don't think it was a penalty, but I think it was a free kick. The foul initially happened outside the box. The guy tugs at Hatate's arm and he's trying to jostle for the ball and it carries on into the box, so that's when he falls over. So no penalty for me, but a foul outside the box. But obviously the free kick wasn't given either. So twos agree with that, fair enough. Then we get to the 63rd minute and we have a shot for Kyogo. The ball was played over the top. I think it was by Carter Vickers. He plays the ball over the top, straight to Kyogo's foot. He strikes the ball, hits the post. The rebound falls to Kyogo as well, and he hits it over the bar. That was unlucky. I thought he was onside as well. I think they gave offside for that, but he was definitely onside. The replay showed he was onside. That should have been 3-0, Johnny.
Aye. It was unlucky not to score the day, Kyogo, to be honest with you. Especially that one that came off the post. Doesn't mean he didn't play well, because I thought he did play well the day with Kyogo. He was unlucky with that one.
Yeah. So we're moving into the 68th minute. Greg Taylor gets a yellow card. Fair enough. It was a soft yellow, but he's gave the yellow, so fair enough. We move on. I think that was the only booking in the game, John, wasn't it?
Aye. That was Liam Skills not booked today.
But so he was. You're right. He was booked. Yeah, Skills, he was definitely booked. So we're going to start making some substitutes. We've got Palma gets taken off for Forrest, Vickers off for Phillips, Matt O'Reilly for Thiago Home, Kyogo for O, and Yang came on high for, who did he come on for again?
Palma, I think, wasn't it?
Palma. So 5 substitutes made. We then move into the 70th minute. Another Hatate shot. Boy was outstanding the day. Another shot. Goalkeeper saves it. Tips it around the post. Actually, a half decent save. Did you see that one, John? It was a nice save.
Aye, it was right at the keeper though, wasn't it? But there was plenty of power behind it. It was up there, didn't it? And I think, is it Kyogo that follows up after it, I think? I can't remember.
That's the one. Sorry, that's the one the keeper touches round the post. He hits it round the post for a corner.
Right. See, the thing is with Celtic today, they had so many chances on target, Xander. I noted they had more chances on target than they had off target. That's how good Celtic were, did they?
Yeah.
Because I'm basically looking at, we can talk about stats and all that after that, actually, so you can continue after that. But Celtic had a barrel load of chances on target today.
So I thought that was the best save the keeper made today. It's the one from Hatate and he tips it round the post. So nice wee save. Game stays at 2-0, and then we get a third goal. No, sorry, Kilmarnock scored first, don't they?
It was there. They made it 2-1, aye.
They made it 2-1. Sorry, so they did. So Kilmarnock get their goal. Pardon me. Makes it 2-1. And for about 5 minutes after that, I thought we looked a wee bit nervy, John. What did you think?
Aye, probably 5 minutes worth of Kilmarnock putting 3 passes together at a time. That was Kilmarnock were no great shakes, were they? Even after they scored, I didn't feel really threatened enough. Their goal came out of nothing, really.
Yeah, I mean, the goal was there was a foul on the Celtic player first before they scored. I think it was Taylor who got fouled at the edge of the box and they broke forward and scored their goal. But the free kick
I
wasn't
mean, if it
given,
was
so
inside the box, but Greg Taylor was hauled down. I'm sure it was inside the box. It was a potential penalty. Kilmarnock break
aye.
up the park and get a goal for that.
Aye, that's what they do, aye. Well, I don't know if it was inside or outside, but it was a definite foul. We didn't get it. The fans were going off their heads. It was a definite free kick. And then Alistair Johnson, he's out muscled with a big boy up front for Kilmarnock, isn't he?
Aye, Vassell, wasn't it?
Vassell, aye. He's out muscled with Vassell and he gets the ball into the box. A wheelie off. It's more or less a tap in to make it 2-1. But we hummed and hawed for about 5 minutes after that, and then we got control of the game again. And then on the 82nd minute, we've got a corner. We head flick on from Maeda, and Taylor's there at the back post to tap it in to make it 3-1. Everything's comfortable again.
Aye. Pride is restored after that. That was good. Well done, Greg Taylor, sneaking into the back post, scoring against his old team. That'll make McInnes happier. I keep mentioning McInnes, I just can't stand the wee guy. But he got what he deserved, you know. He's got exactly what he deserved.
Yeah.
I didn't think Kilmarnock were any. Kilmarnock did have a few chances today, mind you, but they had one shot on target, I think, and it was a goal. Did Joe Hart have a save to make? He came out a couple of times. He came out a couple of times and punched the ball away, but he never really had a save to make.
No, he never had anything to do in the whole game. Before we go into the rest of the game, John, did you notice the Kilmarnock players, anytime a Celtic player went near them, they just fell to the ground and they were getting free kicks for it?
Aye.
Did you notice that? Right, that happened 3 or 4 times. I counted the Kilmarnock player just fall to the ground, free kick, fall to the ground, free kick. And then Palma gets thrown, actually thrown physically to the ground by a Kilmarnock player and the referee was play on. That doesn't add up to me.
I think, to be honest with you, again, that's about 4 games in a row we've come up against really poor refereeing, especially that guy in the Champions League. He was terrible. But the refereeing was really poor today again. You can even look at Celtic's goal, Celtic's second goal. Was it offside? We don't know because we never get enough angles to see. If he got that right again, that's poor refereeing. What's not his fault, that is it? It's VAR's fault as well. But they're part of the officials, VAR, you know.
Yeah.
They're not just there to watch a game on the telly and say, I think that was a penalty or whatever. That's poor officiating today. Really, really poor. I thought the Kilmarnock players were going to do hell of it easy.
Aye. No, it was. I just thought that was strange. They were just falling to the ground. Nobody near them, and he's blown every time for a free kick. And then one of our players gets thrown onto the ground physically, and he gives play on. So anyway, we'll move on. Jamesy Forrest, right? That's another sitter. That's 2. I know he's only playing 15 minutes just now every game. He's coming on for the last 20, 15 minutes. But that chance that broke to him today, right in front of goal again, and hits it right at the goalkeeper. He's got to be burying them, John. He's got to be burying them, hasn't he?
Of course he has. It wasn't as bad as the sitter last week, but you've got to put that away. He makes the space for himself right enough. And right at the keeper. Exact same as last week with his header. But I think last week's was I don't know, that one will stick with me for a long time. How a guy that's getting paid 15, 20 grand a week, can he put the ball in the net for there, you know?
Yeah. He's I don't know if he's just no confident just now because he's not played for the start, or I don't know what it is, but he's got to start burying the chances. I mean, we all know what Forrest has done for Celtic. He's a legend in my eyes. He's done, he scored so many goals, but he's got to start burying these chances again. Start getting back on the score sheet. Anyway,
when he plays, he plays all right when he comes on. Forrest, that's the thing. But is there he just can't finish anymore. I think maybe if he gets a couple of goals during the season, it might give him a bit more confidence in front of goals. You know, end of. Fed up talking about Forrest.
No, just you know, that would have made the scoreline a lot more comfortable. a lot more deserving actually, because the game should have finished about 8-0 to 1.
Aye. Well, if I was going, well, like I was going to say to you earlier, Xander, the stats of the game, Celtic had more shots on target than they had off target. I'll just check. 15 shots on target. I've got all the people that had a shot on target today. It's all Hatate, Palma were the main guys, Kyogo. Also, Taylor had a couple and scored one. But 15 shots on target to 6 off target.
Mm-hmm.
So that's quite a number of shots on target, you know.
Mm-hmm. Aye. The finishing, the only thing I would say about the performance today is the finishing could have been a wee bit more clinical, but I'm not going to complain because the team is outstanding, absolutely brilliant. And it moves us 10 points clear. So the game, the last 5-10 minutes, the game just plays out. You know, there's not really any more chances. Full time whistle goes, and the camera zooms on to Kyogo. Did you see the stud marks on his legs?
No.
No.
I didn't see that.
Three big stud marks just below his knee. And I'm trying to think back to when that could have happened. You know, and was that why he was taken off? Was it because he got a sore one? You know, 3 stud marks right down below his knee. It looked quite a bad one.
I know when it happened. It was late on in the game. He did take a kick inside the box, but I don't know exactly what happened. But I seen him when he was down in the box holding his leg.
No, that's right. Aye.
But Hatate was when you're watching Hatate at the end, he was doing his knees like, you know, and his head and his hands or whatever, as if he was in pain or something like that. He's been hurt. And I seen Rodgers spending a bit of time with him as well at the full-time whistle. A few players were going at him to see what was wrong there. So need to wait and see if it was anything. Maybe he's picked up an injury again at the end of the game or something, you know.
Aye. Well, I don't think Kyogo looked injured or anything like that. It's just the stud marks looked really bad. Put a picture up on the screen to let the viewers and listeners know what I'm talking about.
Aye. Well, you seen Hatate midweek after he got elbowed in the face. You seen his eye all bloodshot red for the Motherwell game. Cause that player, I can't remember, Bartlett or something, whatever his name was, obviously punched Hatate. Kicked Hatate in the head last week. And you seen the after effects of that. His eye all bloodshot red.
No, that's right. Aye. We're getting a lot of kicks and punches and stuff like that just now, you know, but the boys are just getting on with it, I suppose. We shouldn't complain if they're not complaining about it. So, all right. We'll do a quick score out of 10 then, John, right? From 1 to 11, score out of 10. Joe Hart, or just quickly, 6 out of 10, had nothing to do.
Nothing to do. I'll go the same, 6 out of 10. The only time he had a couple of clearances, right enough. He punched one out there for a corner kick, I think. 6 out of 10. They never had much to do.
Yeah.
Picked the ball in net.
Yeah, well, that's about it. So 6 out of 10. He had nothing to do. Greg Taylor, 8 out of 10. Another good solid performance for wee Greg. Never put a foot wrong and got his goal as well. What score again, Greg, John?
And he was manhandled a few times. Played well with Greg Taylor. Came inside the park quite a lot again. 7 out of 10 for me, Xander.
All right, fair enough. Excuse me. Then we've got Scalesy, 8 out of 10 for me. Another solid performance. A couple of wee slips here and there, but overall, brilliant. His vision and his passing is outstanding as well, I think, John. So 8 out of 10.
Yeah, brilliant again. Aye,
Scalesy.
exactly. 8 out of 10. I'm going to give Big Scales 8.5 out of 10. I thought he commanded. It was really commanding in there. Wasn't he? He's just really brave as well. He goes for everything, you know. Doesn't let anybody get by him. Great game again for Scales. 8.5 for me.
Aye, outstanding. The boy played well yet again. He's having some seasons so far. Carter Vickers just back for injury, obviously. His first game from the start. 7 out of 10 for me.
Rolled it for me. Carter Vickers, 7 out of 10 for me as well, Xander.
Yeah, Kilmarnock 7 out of 10. Just did what we had to do. No, 7.5. I'll give him 7.5 because some of his play was actually quite nice today. Just controlling the entire midfield. Didn't put a foot wrong. 7.5 out of 10.
I'll go the same, 7.5 for Calmac. Thought he had a lot of nice moves today. He's good at turning players, McGregor, into that thing. Somebody passes it to him, the player thinks he's going to maybe pass it back, but he'll turn and go the other way. I thought he played really well. 7.5 for Calmac for me as well.
Yeah. Matt O'Reilly obviously got substituted today. He had one of his quieter games, I thought. 6.5 out of 10 for Matt.
Quiet game, like you says, I'll give him a 6 a day for Matt O'Reilly. Still had some good moments, Matt O'Reilly, but he wasn't as involved as what he normally is. 6 out of 10 for me, Xander.
All right, okay. Then we're going to my man of the match, Rio Hatate. I think everybody else's man of the match as well. 9 out of 10 for me. Rio, outstanding. Well done, son.
Aye, can't disagree with that. Man of the match for me as well, Real Hatate. I'll go the same as you, Xander, 9 out of 10. The guy was sublime today, absolutely sublime. You can see the class oozing out of that guy, can't you? He's just such a quality player. He's getting better as every game's going on. He's back from injury. He's looks like he's starting to get back to his old self, what we're used to seeing. I thought he was outstanding. I hope he's not picked up an injury, because a lot of players went over to him at the end, make sure he was all right and all that. So see what happens there. 9 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, we're lucky to have him join him. I've got him on a 5-year contract, so over the moon with that. So well done, Rio. Man of the match for me. Palma on the left. He played Palma on the left rather than the right hand side. Another good performance for Palma, I thought. Scored his goal. Nice, beautiful finish, in fact. That boy's got some ability. I think he's going to be a great player for us. 8 out of 10 for me.
Oh, I thought he had a good game as well, Palmer. Always got a smile on his face, which is good to see, and all. His goal was stunning. 8 out of 10 for me as well, Xander. I thought the boy he never really did anything wrong, so 8 out of 10 for me as well.
Dyson made a 7 out of 10. Just 7 out of 10. Does what he always does. Chases down. Does a lot of running. 7 out of 10 for me.
Aye. Well, the shot I was thinking about, I think it was Maeda that hit it at the keeper and it went away up in there. You mind that one? I think can't mind who came in for the rebound. You can see he hit it with a wee wry smile on his face. He knew that was a chance. Mind that one? He hit it right at the keeper though, outside the box with a lot of power behind it.
Aye, that's right. Aye.
I was unlucky not to get a goal today, Dyson. 7.5 for me. I still love Maeda. I just love his energy, his enthusiasm. It was great a game as what we're used to seeing him having, but still played really well. When he's on his game, when you got
on you go, John. Sorry.
No, that's it for me. I'll 7.5 for Dyson today.
Yeah, the one you're talking about is when he was running through on goal and he can hit it to the left or hit it to Kyogo on the right, and he hits the shot. And that's the one that hits off the goalkeeper and bounces it. Aye, played well. So we'll move on to Kyogo. Didn't get his goal today. He wanted to take the penalty as well that wasn't given, and Kilmarnock had to step in and say that Rio was taking the penalty. So he didn't get his goal, but did everything else, chasing down, some nice passing, some nice interplay with the midfielders. 7.5 out of 10 for me.
I'll give Kyogo a 7 today. He had 2 shots on target today, and he had 1 shot off target today. But he was involved in the game a lot, like you say. He was coming back and helping out and making the passes with the centre mids and all that. Aye, but listen, he played well. 7 out of 10 for me for Kyogo. Unlucky wee shot off the post.
Yeah. And then we'll quickly move on to the substitutes. Forrest, I'll give a 3. Phillips, I'll give a 5. Home, I'll give a 3. I'll give a 3. And Yang, I'll give a 3. Because they never had much time to do anything in the game. I think they came in the last 10, 12 minutes, something like that.
Aye. O was right through, and somebody put O straight through on the keeper and it hits off his heel. I was raging with that because I want that boy to do well, But he just can't seem to do anything right in front of goal. But I can't mind who played the through ball for him. He'd have been through 1-on-1 with the keeper and it hits off his heel and goes back the way. I was like, oh my God, where's this guy go to do? But I'm not going to bother giving marks to the subs. I'll give them all a 3. Apart from Nat Phillips, who came on and just didn't look under any pressure at all. Give him a 5.
All right, that's fair enough, John. I think he's just needing game time, John. I think I know we talk about Owen every podcast practically, but I think that boy just needs a run of games, really. I think, and we'll see what he's made of after about 4 or 5 games. But I don't think he's going to get that run of games, is he?
Well, listen, no way he's going to get a run of games is if we put him out on loan, you know. But then we've no other striker. Then again, he's not a striker because he doesn't score goals. I think he needs loaned out, Xander, to be honest with you. And I think come the January transfer window, I think he will be loaned out. We get another striker in, you know.
Yeah. Which is a shame because we all want the boy to be successful at Celtic, and it's just not happening for him just now.
Of course we do. Listen, you want Celtic players to be successful, but you know he's just right now. He's not there, is he? It's not happening.
No, just now it's nowhere. All right, we'll leave that just now. So we're going to an international break, but before that we've got Rangers playing St Mirren tomorrow night. I know we've discussed that on last night's podcast. I'm looking for a St Mirren win the other morning, John, are you?
I definitely am, aye. Not sure if I'll be watching that game or what, but I'm hoping for a St Mirren to take a couple off them the more. They're in a bad way. So, but you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen when they turn up, you know. We'll see what happens, and with fingers crossed, come 2 o'clock tomorrow, we'll be celebrating being 10 points clear going into the international break.
Yeah, and it was just a thing for them to drop the points and then we go into the international break when they're on their knees, and that would help them out a wee bit. So anyway, it doesn't really matter what they do, to be honest. As long as we keep winning, I'll be happy with that. So we return from the international break, and our first game back is Hearts at Tynecastle. How did they go in the day? I think. How did they go with Hibs today, John?
I'll just read the scores at the day. There's only 3 games on. Obviously, the Dundee versus Ross County game was postponed because of the weather.
Right.
So the other 3 games was Livy 2, Motherwell 0, Celtic 3, Kilmarnock 0, of course. Kilmarnock 1, of course. And the Hearts Hibs game finished 2 each. Hearts 2, Hibs 2.
Finished 2 each. So
2 each. Hibs were 2-0 down at Tynecastle and came back to 2 each. Nearly won it right at the last kick.
So Hibs were 2-0 down.
Aye, Hibs were 2-0 down and came back to 2 each. Nearly won it at the last kick of the ball. Aye.
There you go. So hopefully that'll dent their confidence a wee bit. Not that it matters, because as long as we play the way we can play against Hearts, we should win the game. But anyway, that's a couple of weeks away. Just to touch on last night's game with the B team, Celtic against East Stirling. They finished Celtic 1, East Stirling 2. So the young boys ended up losing that game.
Right.
So just to let everybody know, because we sort of discussed it on last night's podcast. So it finished 2-1 to East Stirling. All right, John, anything you want to add?
Do you know what I was looking at before the game today, just before we finish up? Celtic's fixture list in the league. We've had Ross County to start with, obviously at home. Then it was away to Aberdeen. Then it was home to St Johnstone. Then it was away to Rangers. Then it was home to Dundee. Then it was away to Livingston, away to Motherwell, home to Kilmarnock, then away to Hearts, then away to Hibs. How many away games is Celtic getting? Especially these double headers. We've only this is only 10 games. Many games we've played in the league so far. Is it 8?
That's
We
8
had
now, aye.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Aye, so it's 8. I'm just reading it up to the Hearts and Hibs game. That's why I go to 9 there. 10. And in 10 games, we'll have played 6 away games, and 2 of them's been double-header away games. When are these double-header away games going to happen for Rangers?
No, that's it. No, I know what you're saying, but we're 10 points clear, John. So I know exactly what you're saying. It should be more even. I know that, and they're getting a lot of games at Ibrox just now, and but they've got an away tie tomorrow against St Mirren. So good luck to St Mirren tomorrow.
Of course.
But I know what you're saying. But as long as we stay 10 points clear, I'll be quite happy, John.
I was just looking at. See if you look at Celtic's. If you include the next 2 games, Hearts and Hibs, 4 of the 5 games will be away from home. Siamese, 1 home game, Siamese between 2 double headers away. How unbelievable is that?
Yeah, and a tough away games, Ibrox, Easter Road, Tynecastle,
Livingston, Motherwell.
Yeah, but we beat the Pittodrie as well this season.
Aye, that was the second game. We won that 3-1.
It's been a tough start. It's been a tough start. A tough start to the season. It really has. But to come through that way, 10 points ahead in the league. Well, 10 points ahead of Rangers. That is, well done to Brendan and the team. That's all I can say, John.
Aye, I think they've handled themselves really well, Celtic, at the start of the season. But just that really annoyed me when I seen that the day. That game the day is Siamese between 2 double headers away. Obviously, before the day we played Livingston away and Motherwell away, and then after the day we've got Hearts away and Hibs away. Who's making these fixture lists up?
The big computer into it, apparently.
Aye, I'm sure it is. Aye, the computer with its trouser leg rolled halfway up. I don't know what's going on with them.
But
it's really, it's not right that, Sander. 4 out of 5 games is 2 double away games. I know I keep going on about it, but that really annoyed me when I seen that today.
No, I can understand. It seems unfair, They've got 4 whole games at Ibrox. We've got 1 at Celtic Park, It doesn't add up, but I know what you're saying. I suppose it all balances itself out come the end of the season, doesn't it? But obviously they've tried to make it as difficult as possible at the start of the season for us, and it's not worked out for them. So well done the manager, well done the players. Just before we finish, John, I wanted to ask you this, right? I was listening to one of the Celtic podcasts yesterday or the day before, and it was a 20-minute podcast, right? I'm not going to mention what one it was, obviously, but there was 8 sets of 2 adverts on it, right? So what I want to ask is to the listeners is, let us know in the comments if Celtic Forever's podcast has any adverts, because it shouldn't have any adverts because the channel's not monetized. So let me know if there's any adverts when you're watching our podcast. What do you think of that, John? 8 sets of 2 adverts in 20 minutes.
I don't watch other podcasts, so I don't know, but it seems to be the way YouTube is now, Xander, I'm afraid. It's just advert tube now. Doesn't matter what you watch on YouTube now, it's full of adverts. Double adverts in them. Some of these adverts that you can't skip. I mean, everybody's annoyed, but nobody likes watching adverts. I mean, we came onto YouTube to get away from adverts, didn't we? Don't go to YouTube because it's full of adverts. I mean, I really know a big fan of YouTube, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I love some of the content on it. I love the content on it. It's just the way it is now. Since Google took over YouTube, it's bad. It's really bad. And you'll know about it with your strike on your channel, what they're doing to it.
I just thought 16 adverts in 20 minutes was quite a lot. So I just want to know for the listeners and the viewers if there's any adverts when you're watching this podcast, because there shouldn't be because as I say, the channel's not monetised. We're not making any money. We're not interested in making money. So let me know in the comments. So the final wee segment of the day's podcast, we'll maybe go through some comments from last night's podcast and the one before. It's all right with you, John?
Aye, that's fine, Xander, aye. You want
Right,
me
good
to read a
man.
few?
I read some of it if you don't mind, Johnny.
Aye. Well, normally we're prepared for this. We put the comments up on the screen, but unfortunately we've not the time today to prepare. So the first comment is from Paul McEwen. Is that Paul McEwen? Who just says, hail, hail. Paul's always on the chat, leaving a wee comment there. Hail, hail, Paul.
Yeah, Paul, thanks for leaving your comments, buddy. I really appreciate that. Keep it up if you don't mind, my man. Hope you're doing okay, Paul. Hope you enjoyed today's game, and thanks for your comment, buddy.
Aye, hail, hail, Paul, and thank you. And Elaine, I think it's 2387, says 3-1 to Celtic. Hail, hail, Xander and John. And then she left another comment after the game. I think she's having a wee gloat here, like you normally do. She says, I was right, 3-1. Do I get a prize? LOL. Hail, hail, everyone. Well done, Elaine, in your prediction. And sadly, we don't have a prize for you. The prize that you get is listening to us again. So, hail, hail.
Aye, well done, Elaine, well done. That's brilliant, 3-1. Hope you had a few pound on that. Similar to John's £2 on his bet with Manchester United. No, seriously, well done. Great prediction, well done. And hail, hail, Elaine.
Aye, all the best. So, maybe Ghost Tracker, who's always on the channel, leaving a comment. Thanks, Ghost Tracker, for that. Come on, Celtic, 4-0. He wasn't far off, really, but thanks for the comment, Ghost Tracker.
Yeah, better luck next time, Ghost Tracker. As long as we get the win, that's the main thing, isn't it? Hail, hail, buddy.
Aye. And let me just grab another couple of comments here, Xander, if you want.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're running out of time here, but we'll quickly go to the game against Lazio, I think it was. We'll go to do you want to do the pre-match or post-match Lazio?
I go for post-match, John. I go for that.
Post-match Lazio. We had a couple of comments out for this. Ghost Tracker again. Back to domination of Scottish football. Couldn't agree more, Ghost Tracker. And Mad About Football says, very honest, lads. It helps to be honest in a podcast, no point in lying. Mad About Football, thanks for the comment.
Yeah, thank you.
And Roseanne, 4616, will you move on, lads? We never stop. Couldn't agree anymore, Roseanne. Thanks very much for the comment.
Yeah, Roseanne is right. You know, and we moved on the day and we got a comfortable 3-1 win, which puts us 10 points clear. So, yep, she's bang on. We did move on. We won the game, and we go into the international break 10 points clear. So, hail, hail, Roseanne. Thank you.
Aye, and we had a guy called User XC7 or whatever. I think that's actually Paul McEwen, because I'm sure his name comes up as that.
I think that's
sometimes.
Paul. Yeah.
He says, like you say, the ref was. You can't read that word out. The ref was rubbish, let's say, and VAR non-existent when it involves a serious incident against us. We have to move on. As for Kilmarnock on our pitch, we will zip the ball about quicker. Well, I think what he meant there was, as Kilmarnock are on our pitch, we will zip the ball about quicker. Hail, hail, lads. Here's to another 3 points. Thanks for that, Paul. I'm sure that's you, Paul McEwen. Thanks again, mate.
Yeah, and he was right. That's another 3 points. And if we did zip the ball about nice and quickly the day, so he was bang on. So great comment. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that, buddy.
Aye. I think we'll leave it there for the comments, Sander. It's getting late and that, so give you time to get the podcast uploaded, and we'll let it go there. Thanks everybody for your comments. They're always very much appreciated, and normally we put them on the screen, but we've not the time today, so maybe in the next podcast we'll put them on the screen, and when we go live you can also join in with the chat, of course, when the wee chat window comes up.
Yeah. Thanks for the comments, everybody. Appreciate that. Thanks very much. All right, John. That'll do us for the night, eh?
Aye, that's been quite a lengthy podcast for us, I think.
Yeah. Hopefully there's no adverts and you've got the 40 minutes straight through with no ads. So thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and thank you, John, for coming on the night. Hail, buddy.
Aye, hail, Xander. I'll speak to you soon, mate. Okay.